folks. We're getting close. 10 seconds.
Best of luck.
Somebody check the doorbell.
6, 5,
Go to black.
4, 3.
They're not dolls!
The Cloud Registry. It may look like a duck, but it's named after you.
Sunny day, sweeping the clouds away. Yes, yes, it's nice. On my way to where the air is sweet. Very good, yes. Can you tell me how to get to?
Hey y'all, this is the Loud House Critic, one guy with more than 1,000 views and all the episodes we must review. So here we are on the second Thursday of June, and we're getting close to Father's Day. And so far, everything is just going smooth sailing throughout the rest of June before we get to July, which is Lynn month. And today's episode is a real baby steps, the 4th episode of season 2 of The Loud House, and above all, the 56th episode. You know, something about this episode I really, really love about it. Because I feel like this episode is like a role switch, considering that Clyde is actually the main star of this episode, and Lincoln is actually being in Clyde's shoes for a change. And I know tons of people out there who actually adore this episode, especially when we get to the ending. Let's stop yapping and let's start taking a few steps at a time. You know, small baby steps.
I'll be your candle on the water. My love for you will always burn.
Who's in my house?
Slumberjack, come in. It's night owl. Slumberjack, do you read me?
Clyde?
You better set your brains ahead a couple of hours.
Sorry about the late hour, but I have the best news ever.
Let me guess, you stopped sexually fantasizing about Lori?
Okay, second best news ever. My dads are having another baby. I'm going to be a big brother. Clyde, that's amazing.
Crazy! No. Okay. Are you okay?
So, before I can even get into that subject, there were several clues that Clyde actually noticed about them gonna have another baby.
Baby clothes? Baby bottles?
Hey, it's baby bottle pop. It's a baby bottle pop. Just take the pop, dip it and shake it. And lick it again. It's a baby bottle pop. Baby bottle pop.
Baby bottle pops, a candy pop you lick and dip.
Come on, Cleopatra.
There, can't be too safe with a little one on the loose. That reminds me, we need to secure loose cables and cover the outlets and lock up the cleaning supplies.
You know, how do two guys get together to actually make a baby? Then again, there is such thing as adoption, and still, I want to know about Clyde's backstory. Like I said, Clyde did not just come out of thin air. He must have had a mother. But seeing how this episode turned, it felt like this is something. If they do plan to actually adopt a child in the future, that I would be so much grateful that Clyde would actually have somebody to play with. But in Clyde's eyes, it was pretty clear about what was going on. That was until he found out 5 minutes later, just as he has to be really positive about it as he was in Brave the Last Dance.
I think our home is ready, but what about our hearts? Do we really have room for another little bundle of joy? Of course we do, Hair Bear. I cannot wait to surprise Clyde.
It definitely sounds like they're actually gonna have another kid into adopting one. Then again, it could be wrong about that subject, as somehow this is kind of foreshadowing something. But then again, why are the baby clothes actually pink? Are they actually adopting a girl? Or are they deliberately stupid as the Turners that they thought they were gonna have a girl when really they had a boy?
Being a big brother is the most important job I'll ever have, apart from being Lori's soulmate.
Oh, absolutely not.
I need to make sure I'm ready for it.
You woke up the right guy, Clyde. I've got the big brother thing down to a science.
Is there a downside to this?
Survey says...
God damn it! Why don't you spend a day shadowing me so you can learn firsthand?
Sweet, I'm on my way.
Love that enthusiasm, Night Owl, but it's 1 a.m.
Right. See you at 9, Slumberjack.
Sleep well, Night Owl.
And another thing, kids at his age shouldn't be out late at night, past 9 o'clock. And another thing about that in Michigan, when teenagers are starting to drive, they can't drive past, I think, 8 or 9 o'clock at night, because that's kind of the curfew for them until you're about like 18 or 21 years old. Then you can be able to drive past those hours, because pretty much you can get in trouble from the police that way. And trust me on this one, if any of you guys out there own a Cinderella story on DVD and listen to the commentaries, and you'll actually hear the exact truth from that point, especially if you're living in Michigan. But anyways, the next day in the Loud House, Clyde actually comes over to meet Lincoln to get advice on how to be a big brother.
Okay, Clyde, allow me to introduce Lincoln Loud's 3 C's of big brothering.
And you know, something I forgot to mention in the last review, does anyone out there even think that Lincoln actually deserves to be a babysitter more than Lynn? Because Two Boys and a Baby kind of screwed him over on that one, but Changing the Baby, Project Loud House, and Left in the Dark, he had some good development bonding with Lily. And later on in Mall Duty, he took care of much of his younger siblings. And I know some people who didn't like the episode Sitting Bull because we feel like we gotta feel sympathy for Lynn, just as bad as we gotta feel for her in No Such Luck, making her feel like she's the good guy and Lincoln is the bad guy. But there is one episode that makes Lynn an actual good character, and sadly, Sitting Bull isn't one of them. And it's one episode I haven't even reviewed yet. So now then, on with the Big Brother tour.
Cookie! Oh, thank you.
Snickerdoodles, my favorite.
Those aren't for us. Now time to start my rounds so you can observe the 3 C's in action.
Let's get dangerous.
Hear that? First Big Brother cue of the day.
If there's something strange in your neighborhood, who you gonna call?
First up, confidence. Don't worry, Lily. Your big brother's here to help. Let's get a look at that thumb of yours.
Oh, that's a shame. It sure is. But don't you cry, honey. Old Uncle Remus will take care of you.
Just what I thought. A boo-boo. This calls for caring. Aw, I'm sorry you got such a bad ouchie, but we can make it better.
Okay. Wow, you didn't even need a cookie.
I can't believe I'm saying this. That is adorable, really. That was really cute and adorable, especially when it's coming from Greg Griffin. Let me actually hear that again. That is cute how the way she pronounced the word cookie. Seriously, if you own the actual season 2, volume 1 of The Loud House, there's 2 different languages you can actually hear how the way she says the word cookie in Spanish and French. Just listen to these. Don't these voice actresses sound cute when they speak as Lily? And now we come to...
Make me!
Great hells bells. What are these 2 nitwits up to this time?
All right, Clyde. What do you think we need here?
Confidence?
That's very good.
What the hell's going on?
Lana's supposed to be guarding my princess tower, not attacking it!
Now, Lana...
Guarding is boring! Attacking is cool!
You are pathetic.
You know, Lana putting that attack position on reminds me a bit of that blind guy from Robin Hood Men in Tights. Why the hell they would need a blind guy to actually be part of the Merry Men? But any guesses how this can actually be solved?
Clyde, any guesses?
Caring?
The evil troll's attacking your tower!
Oh, I'm sorry I have to bring this back up. This reminds me of a certain Powerpuff Girl episode that I found funny and quite disturbing at the same time.
Bubbles, help us!
You have got to be kidding
God,
me.
that is still so disturbing.
This?
You gotta help us, and the faster you help us, the faster you can go back to work.
You promise.
Yes! Now help us!
All right. Fly, 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 fly. Pow, bye, 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 bye.
That was weak.
Grow up, will you?
Nice! And once again, you didn't need the COOKIES.
The trolls got cookies!
You know, that's really hard to believe that Lola would know how to spell cookie when she didn't even learn how to read at the time. Then again, there could be an explanation about this. Maybe there's actually some words that Lola actually knows how to spell already, and some words that she's not even used to knowing or what she hears every day. I mean, some kids would actually know how to spell the word cookie, water, milk, bird, you know, some of those little words that they would show on Sesame Street. But does Sesame Street even exist in this universe?
Persistence.
What can I help you with, Lisa? Lab explosion, nuclear crisis?
No, I have a hankering for a PB&J.
Oh, good memories. Oh, good hell of a good memories. Especially in the Mad Scientist.
I can isolate uranium, but they won't let me use the butter knife. Also, I like the way Lincoln makes my sandwiches.
Survey says...
No comment. Tell you one thing though, she would have used that knife for something else other than PB&J, I'll tell you that much. And you know, personally, the more I think about why they won't let her use the actual butter knife, the better I'd be off not knowing at all.
Here you go. Easy on the jelly, crusts cut off, and sliced into 4 right triangles for optimum mouth fit.
Thank you. Technically, they're isosceles, but I'm not gonna bite the hand that feeds me.
Survey says...
It's a girl, Miss Williams. No, wait. That's the smallest...
Hey, it was cold and I was wet, and that white man slapped me.
You know, talk about cruel irony, how she just said that. I won't say what the irony is because some of you guys already know what it was when we saw it later in a different episode.
God damn!
Jesus Christ!
Again, could you help me with a poem for school? I need a rhyme for tomb.
Bloom, doom, powder room?
I knew I could depend on you. Do I smell snickerdoodles?
Whoa, shit!
Wow, isn't this fascinating? I didn't know dark, gloomy girls would actually have a good sense of smell for cookies. I thought you would be out for a sense of smell of blood. The girl is like a killer shark. She just sneaks up underneath you and then... But seeing how the way Lincoln actually handled all his younger siblings, just as good as he did in Mall of Duty, is Clyde ready up for the test?
Okay, Clyde, confidence. Hey guys, do you think you could just...
All right, that's it.
What is going on here?
Lisa stole my best rat, Bitey. Who's Bitey? This is subject 57A.
You know, this is gonna sound a little strange, but a little bit funny at the same time. You know, her experimenting on a rat kind of reminds me a bit of an episode I saw with Dexter's Laboratory when he was feeding a bunch of these rats these cookies, and when he accidentally fed it to his sister Dee Dee, she started growing big. I wonder if that's gonna be possible for a Loud House episode to happen. If it was either Lola or Lana who accidentally grow big because of one of Lisa's dumb experiments. But then again, she actually used that cookie to actually make Luann glow.
Hello, light. Hello, light. Hello, light.
Well, you both seem attached to it, and I want to be fair.
Hey, Clyde, I need advice. How do you know you've met your soulmate?
Oh, wow, that's some serious stuff.
Yeah, that question I can actually clearly answer. He or she is always looking at you. He or she is writing down her feelings for you through emails or text messages. And not to mention him or she is actually showering you with gifts. And of course, most females will be actually looking for, well, you know what they say about the size of a guy's feet. But I could care less about those kind of advices. Much girls go for the cute guys.
How much time do you have?
Lower your voice.
Help me choreograph my ribbon dance!
Doesn't Lola actually do her own kind of ribbon dance rehearsals by herself? And it seems to me that Clyde is almost losing control here of the situation. And to make matters worse, he starts to lose the confidence and caring.
What do you want me to do?
Sniff around.
Use your imagination.
Just another minute, Lucy. Hang on, Lola. Whoops. No. Wait, it's all okay.
Okay, that's not really a smart way to go. A little tape and glue would have helped fix that. Besides, how the fuck did she even break that thing anyway? I hope she didn't get that hammer back again.
If your pockets are empty, get a cash in there.
Stop singing! Me no can resist cookie anymore, cookie! Nom 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 nom.
Clyde, what happened? Lori?
Whatever.
Thanks for nothing.
And I cannot believe Clyde did that shit again. Then again, this is season 2. But somewhat further along in the middle of season 3, he kind of stops about it. Then again, there's an episode I really have to revisit about where he didn't actually learn anything about it to get over Lori. Especially when Lenny was actually helpful to help him. So, Clyde actually wakes up in Lincoln's room.
What happened back there? I failed at the 3 C's. What? How's that possible? You're the most caring person I know, and you make great cookies.
Yeah, and speaking of cookies, I'm not too sure about that episode. But then again, I gotta admit, he really has 2 good supportive parents. Unlike Rita and Lynn Sr. And don't y'all worry, we're actually gonna get an editorial on that very soon. And of course, by we, I'm actually doing this with somebody else.
It's the confidence I'm struggling with. What if I give bad crush advice and my future sibling gets their heart broken? Or what if I can't choreograph a ribbon dance and they drop out of school and start holding up convenience stores? I'm going to be a terrible
Get a grip.
You can do this. Just get out there and try again. I can't, Lincoln.
It ain't that easy, Nadine.
I don't have the confidence you do. And I never will.
Remember to look on the bright side till then, and never say never again.
It's okay, buddy. How about we just forget the whole training thing and play some video games? That sounds great. I'll just go grab us some snacks.
You know, I'd be lying if I say I didn't predict about what was going to happen in this part already because we were already 7 minutes into the actual episode. But you know what? I can actually easily overlook it because there's so many great moments in it. But not as great as what we're going to get to in a few minutes.
Lincoln?
Sister! Hi, Lisa.
I require assistance securing my shoestring.
Really, Lisa? You have trouble tying your own shoes? This is coming from a girl who's being the smartest of the entire Loud House family, and she wouldn't even know how to tie her own shoes. She couldn't even make a frickin' PB&J on her own. What else are you not really good at?
Aren't you a certified genius?
Yes. Which is why there is no room in my brain for such trivialities.
Well, gee, thanks for making us a lot smarter than you. Hell, I didn't learn how to tie my shoes since I was 8 years old, and the only shoes I ever had when I was a toddler was the strap-on shoes. And by the way, am I the only one who only thinks that sounds like a real throwback to heavy metal when she said the same thing?
No, what I said was I did not have room in my brain for your secret. Hence, I removed it and transferred it to Lynn, whose brain apparently has ample room.
Oh, thanks, Lisa. That makes him feel so much better.
Thanks, Clyde. You're a lifesaver.
She is one bad actress.
Where's Lincoln?
Don't scare Insectosaurus. He's gonna pee himself. Then we'll all be in trouble.
Frozen pea from a jet airplane.
It's frozen pea. I love my kids' films to have towns getting pissed on. It really made more of that in Winnie the Pooh.
That's a long walk. I need a rhyme for Lori.
Really? Oh, I've got about 100. Story, glory, Montessori, and inventory.
Judas Priest, Lucy, is Lori actually making you write another poem for her again like she made you do in Driving Miss Hazy? You know, all those rhymes that Clyde actually pointed out for Lucy, it reminds me a bit of a Simpsons episode, which I'm not sure if Andreas actually knows what it is, or if he actually seen it. It's an episode where Lisa actually calls a guy named Corey, and she is given the same words for the actual words that actually rhyme with the name Corey. I'm not exactly sure what it was called, but I know it's in a Simpsons episode I've seen before. And I don't even watch The Simpsons anymore. I stopped watching them after 2012, and I wasn't even a fan of The Simpsons. And from the looks of the book that Lucy's actually holding, it looks like her middle name starts with an L. But I'm gonna let that be up to you guys of what you think her middle name is.
Now, those are just the ones in English.
Thanks, Clyde. You're a lifesaver.
Where's Lincoln? I need him to show me how to buckle my seatbelt.
Are you serious, Lola? You don't even know how to buckle your own damn seatbelt? Hell, you couldn't unbuckle your own seatbelt in Home of the Fave. But the way she and Lisa actually said all this, it felt like something that's too easy for them to even do.
Just insert the metal fitting into the buckle and pull tightly across your waist. To release, simply press the center button.
Oh, I never could have figured that out.
You sound like you're really good at acting, but I'm not really buying it.
You're a lifesaver, Clydey.
Oh, holy shit. You make me want to pee myself. That was terrible.
This sounds too much like a setup. How they're all keep saying you're a real lifesaver. And then, of course, Lily actually comes in to have Clyde read to her.
You want me to read to you? And Z is for zucchini. The end.
You know, him reading an entire alphabet book to Lily, it kind of reminds me of this Butterfinger commercial of The Simpsons, where Homer was reading Maggie that same book, and Bart and Lisa were tormenting him with Butterfinger BBs. Now that I think about it, what the hell even happened to those things?
Peanut buttery Butterfinger BBs. Is there any snack as crispity? No, there isn't.
J-K-L
N-O.
P-Q-R-S-T-U-W-X-Y, you little...
Hey, Lincoln, guess what? I think I have the missing C now. Lincoln?
Okay, I did the damsel in distress act. Now where's my $5?
Hawk, what's that we hear?
Yeah, pay up.
I should be doubly compensated for having to act like such an ignoramus.
Well, that's no damn surprise to ya. You always act that way.
Survey says...
You staged that whole thing?
Clyde, I can explain. I was just trying to boost your confidence.
I don't know why I laugh about this, because Clyde was coming closer to Lincoln. It felt like he was going to do some damage to him. Same way how the way Lola did with Lincoln in Sound of Silence.
I think I should go. Clyde, wait!
Lily, you're not even old enough to spend some money on something yet. Okay, before I even move on, there's two things I need to point out before I forget to say them in this review. Okay, the first thing is, do you ever notice in the title card, and Lincoln and Clyde are shown as babies, or at least they almost kind of look like they're babies, that somehow Lincoln's tooth is not even chipped, and yet he did point out that he had it chipped later in his life. And Clyde has been wearing glasses that he has been needing them since he was a baby. And the other thing is, there's a callback to the butterfly effect, where Clyde actually panicked over the fear of messing up Lola's ribbon dance choreography when he was telling Lincoln that somehow he was going to mess everything up if he didn't have the confidence to be a big brother. I just wanted to point a few things out before I even forget in this review. Now then, and just as Clyde is about to leave the Loud House...
Clyde, help! I can't get down!
You can save the act, Lana. I know Lincoln's paying you to do this.
What are you talking about? Buddy and I are really stuck, and I think he's afraid of heights. And maybe I am too.
Speaking of, I wonder how the hell did she even got up in that tree?
Couldn't jump up. It's too high.
Hey there, son! Maybe she flew up!
Maybe we flew up. Yeah, maybe we...
Little girls don't fly. Unless they have pixie dust.
Oh, wait. I need my magic pixie dust. I'm Captain Hero and I can't feel my face!
But Clyde plans to get Lana down since she's not even acting this. And you know, personally, I think Lana's more of a better actor than Lola.
Spectacular, spectacular, Spider-Man. Spectacular, spectacular, Spider-Man.
You guys doing okay? I I know what it's like. One time I got stuck on a diving board and a step stool.
Fascinating. I once fell out of a tree during 2011 after losing my footing when I was trying to get down from it. My life flashed before my eyes, and then all of a sudden, I'm still alive.
Yay!
Here, you've earned it.
I don't know what I would have done without you, Clyde.
We were raised if I never knew you.
Wouldn't anybody out there agree that this is really adorable? I think this is probably the cutest thing I've ever seen about Lana actually hugging Clyde, as good as Lola actually hugs Lincoln in Read Aloud.
I'm in love with a stripper.
I thought we'd been through this shit already. I said read. Read aloud, not reada.
Yeah, there it is. So, as I was saying.
Oh, you're a real lifesaver.
Clyde, I thought you left. Look, I owe you an apology. It's okay, Lincoln. I finally got my confidence. For real this time. I gotta go tell my dads I'm ready to be a big brother. Good luck, buddy. You're gonna do great.
You know, sometimes it's really hard to actually find Clyde unlikable. I mean, there are some episodes where they kind of overuse him too much just to fill in the gaps of the show. But this is one perfect example to put him to good use.
Lisa, move your big butt. Move your own oversized posterior. Lisa, move your big butt. Move your own oversized posterior.
So he meets up with his dad late at night as he's about to give him the good news that he's ready to actually be a big brother. But things go slightly a bit downhill.
Having a baby, and I'm gonna be a big brother. And it's gonna be great, because Lincoln taught me the 3 C's, and I can't wait to start baking cookies, and...
Clyde, you're spiraling. And did you say baby?
Yeah, I saw the bottles and the clothes, and I heard you guys talking.
Okay.
No comment, as I explained before already in the beginning of this review.
I'm afraid there's been a bit of a mix-up. Your dad and I haven't been preparing for a baby.
Ooh, ouch.
We've been preparing for...
A kitten! What the shit?
Oh, called it!
Oh, no,
for the love of God.
Clyde.
Are you serious?
No! Are you shitting me?
Meet Cleopatra's sister, Smith-Partee.
Excuse me?
Did you just say titty?
Yeah, I did.
Carry on.
Wow, she's perfect. And just so you guys know, if you ever do decide to have another human child, I'm totally ready for it.
No comment.
That's kind of shameful how they awkward look at each other when I totally explained before. How does two guys get together to actually make a kid? But then again, as I said, they could adopt one. But this really doesn't ruin the ending.
Be back in an hour. You okay keeping an eye on the kitties?
I've got the 3 C's. Caring, confidence, and cat treats. Whoops. Guess I should have spelled that.
Oh, Clyde, you're so tough. And that, my dear folks, was Baby Steps. So this is about almost the only episode I find myself loving the most out of season 2. Even though the sisters were actually paid to do it, I did like the interaction that Clyde actually had with Lincoln's younger sisters, with 2 scenes particularly being my favorite. The first scene was Lily wanting Clyde to read to her, and the other is the hug that Lana gives to Clyde after he saves her. That was really adorable, which I find myself almost crying about it, but somehow I was touched by it instead. I also like how excited Clyde was at the prospect of becoming an older brother. This is especially noteworthy once you take a look at overnight success onto the account. As for anyone who is or was an only child, many can actually find themselves relating to Clyde a bit in this episode, as I know some of those would actually always wanted a younger sibling, because things do get lonely sometimes. I guess that's why so much the reason why I love the Loud House. Sometimes I like to manage myself in Lincoln's shoes, much likely. Being made to share a house with 10 sisters, Harold and Howard make an adorable couple.
Excuse me.
Almost kind of hated to say that myself. But anyways, I'm actually pretty glad that they're not making a big deal about it. As someone who's leaning toward being skeptic, I tend to think about how they would have reacted to this episode. I really can't find anything wrong with this episode. Maybe Lincoln paying his sisters to be nice to Clyde to boost his confidence, but even then, I felt like that his heart was in the right place. But that begs the question, so if Lincoln was paying his younger sisters to play nice with Clyde, what would a baby actually need money for? And you know, personally, I would have really loved it if Harold and Howard were adopting another boy. But it is what it is. In all the seriousness, another good episode for The Loud House. This is actually worth watching. For some of you who haven't seen this episode, go watch it now. I have it in the description below. I'm The Loud House Critic. It's about time for me to do a season 5 episode.
In the loud house, duck, dodge, push and shove. It's how we show our love. In the loud house, one boy and 10 girls wouldn't trade it for the world.